Don't know about you. But mom is watching it. I will make sure my mom doesn't watch this.
Me too.
But when did you start watching porn and how? What was the like? Anyway, you might be too young.
No.
Let me tell you.
Thank you.
Porn was a struggle to get porn. Unakumbuka Warp Trick? Oh, whoa. That thing before you load. Warptrick.com. These days there are a variety of websites. Pornhub. Xvideos.
Can you please stop giving people options?
You can
stop.
Tell me other websites.
On the comments.
Nimekuwa monotonous na hizo vitu. I need to update.
And your preferences.
I need to update my playlist.
What is your type?
We're not going to talk about that. Yeah. I know we're supposed to be truthful and stuff, but that's too personal.
Truth Cafe Podcast.
And we are live, people.
Hey.
We are live. You know?
Let me tell you, this is gonna be one of the, the smoothest rides. One of the fun things we've ever done. Man.
Okay, anyway, first things first, from wherever and whenever you happen to listen to this, welcome to the Truth Cafe Podcast. One of its kind. One of its kind.
I know.
No copycats, no nothing.
No nothing. No plagiarism.
Okay, so here's the thing though. So basically everyone here is new. So Truth Cafe Podcast is going to be a weekly podcast. We're going to be putting up every Monday unless otherwise. But every Monday we're going to be having a podcast up on YouTube, SoundCloud and other podcast platforms. So Truth Cafe basically is us talking about topical issues, random issues, but the key and the bottom line is we will be speaking
our truth.
The truth, which is our truth. So if you think we're lying, well, it's a lie to you, but it's true to us.
Yeah.
So that's just about it. Anyway, I'm Tito Karis.
And I am Wambui.
Alright, so let's get into it. So,
wow.
I guess for episode one, our topic of discussion, I wanted us to start with, we were talking about this with you before we started recording. You know, this podcast is a new idea for us. And so many young people, our friends, are doing a lot of things.
Yeah,
and many a times we've had this discussion of supporting one another. So
more so for creatives,
yes.
Guys who always want to, to own YouTube channels and podcasts as well.
So the discussion I want us to have, is it that some of us, are we bad friends? Are we entitled? Wacha kukanyaga stand wewe. Are we entitled? Are we bad friends? In the sense, bad friends when I say, like, we don't support our friends. So, we are starting a podcast, right? Let's say you have 200 contacts on your WhatsApp, right? So, it's only logical for you to be like, you expect everyone to watch. So, that means 200 views.
Nick, I have like 200 guaranteed
views already.
Yeah.
So, if they don't watch, they are bad friends.
Yes.
But on the flip side, one could argue that's just us being entitled. Because at the end of the day, we're not considering these 200 people on our phone. Some of them don't even know what a podcast is.
Yeah.
You get?
Some of them don't even enjoy podcasts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and the discussion is around so many things. We have friends who are business, wanauza mabuyu, wanauza keki. But mtu akianza biashara anataka kunilazimisha ninunue keki. Mimi niko na diabetes.
Nope.
No, it's an example. Dear God. I'm not calling diabetes on me. But you get my drift, right? But so is it bad friendship or is it that we are just entitled motherfuckers? What is what?
Look, I think it's the least you can do. Like, it's the least you can do as a friend.
So need you and
to support me. No, it's the least. I mean,
diabetes.
See, sawa, wewe uko na diabetes. Mama yako uko na diabetes. Sister yako uko na diabetes. Cousin yako uko na diabetes. No.
Diabetes is a family
if you will
thing.
not know. If you will not buy my cake because you have diabetes, that means you're a bad friend. I'd rather you just come and buy the cake and, unibaie hiyo keki.
Why?
Yeah. That is it's the least you can do, Karis. That is the least you can do.
Na kama sina pesa.
Okay. At least try and share the information. That's the least you can do then.
No, that's just you being entitled.
No.
That's you assuming like we live in a perfect
you
world.
You owe me that as my friend. Nah. Then why are we friends? If you're not going to support what I'm doing. No. If you're not going to support what I'm doing, why are we friends?
Oh, so our friendship is based on me supporting you?
Our friendship is based on a lot of things, that inclusive.
I think that's just holding me hostage as your friend. Ati usipo
Hapana.
nonsense.
Okay, ukisema hivyo inakaa vibaya.
Which is the
But
truth.
no. Listen Karis.
Mtoto wa siku hizi.
Nikisema na usiniite mtoto, call me mtoto one more time.
It's too early to fight. Endelea.
One more time.
We want the viewers and subscribers. Don't chase them away with the loud mouth.
Listen Karis. Hata unafanya ninapoteza my train of thought. Now, as I was saying, the least you can do as my friend. Ni sawa, I have started something and you are my friend and we share a lot of things, you know. We share a lot of ideas business-wise, financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically, you understand? If you know.
I get the point.
Yeah.
What's the point exactly? Mapiana is example sana. Physically. I get it. Tell me what you're trying to say.
So in one way or the other, you are my friend because you help me in either of those areas or all of them. You understand? So if you're not going to help me in this place, you had better help me somewhere else.
Nah, man. Look. At the end
That
of
is
the
what friendship is.
Anyway, let's move on. Look, but here's the thing though, while we wind up this conversation. Regardless whether it's entitlement or bad friends, this is what I believe in, this is what I'll say. It's a mantra I learned from Jimani. You know, he once tweeted and say, build and they will come. In the sense that in whatever you do, you see the problem with our generation, people have a very, very bad sense of entitlement. We are very spoiled. In the sense, build and they'll come. Let's do this podcast thing. Let it grow. Let it become big. Let me tell you, there's nobody in this world who does not want to be part of something great. So do not drag me into mediocre work. You want me to support me? Stuff is work.
No.
Like, okay, I know you want to interject, but my point being, build and they will come. You see those friends of yours? If something is good, they'll be like, you see that Bekazin, Wamboni best yangu. But when you started, they wouldn't want to be associated. So my point is, whatever it is, unauza mabuyu, become the biggest supplier.
Seller.
Yes, and trust me,
I agree.
naturally, we will all want to be associated by you.
Okay,
don't care, don't give a fuck about what we wanna do, whether we eat mabuyu or not.
I agree. That is one way of looking at it. Because now I cannot create something and you know it is work. You get? Your party yako ya sijui build and they will
Build
come.
and they'll come.
That is fine. That is a slogan that you know makes a lot of sense. But now here, so that you give me motivation to want to do this and this. It's not as if I am.
If you need motivation from me, then you shouldn't be doing it.
No.
You should be.
Listen.
Don't do shit for people.
Wacha nikae vizuri sasa.
Don't do shit for people.
No.
If you're doing it because of me, ushaanguka.
Apana. No, that is not what I mean. I mean at my small steps. At my small, you know, in this journey, in this journey of being great, what huanzia from step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and what not. If you'll not support me at step 1 and step 2 and step 3, nitatoa wapi hiyo morale ya kutoka kufanya to step 5 and 6?
Unajipea morale mwenyewe.
It doesn't work like that.
Look, man.
Wacha kusumbua watu, and you know it does not work like that.
It does work like that.
No, it doesn't.
You see look. Anyway, let's leave it at that before we get into so many things.
Man.
Look. So that's just about it. Anyway, my 2 cents in that conversation. Build and they'll come. Whoever will come, friendship, business partners, you don't need nobody to create, to make whatever you need. Yes, create other friends who will support you. Stop holding your people hostage. Don't. Tumepata na campus. If we didn't meet in campus, we wouldn't be friends. So why do you want me to drag me into your cake business?
Why are we using cake as reference? Because I'm a baker.
Look, anyway, away from that, so there has been another conversation that we've been having on radio. Oh, by the way, we are radio presenters. But for the record, unpaid ones.
That is why we are here. Tunakuja hapa kutafuta pesa.
Unpaid ones. So if you know anyone who can give us jobs,
please
holla at your boys and girls.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're having another conversation, and basically it's about the church. And we're having this discussion about, you were telling me about you watching another show called The Real Talk by Tamima.
Yes.
On Switch TV. And basically there were people who were giving testimonials on how the church has ruined marriages and families.
Yes.
And I was like, man,
look,
it's nothing new there,
yeah,
per se.
Yeah. But what struck me is the fact that even people who have gone to school, people who have degrees, people who are engineers, still fall for that trap. You understand? Church, for the longest time, church has been, associated with poverty.
Yeah.
You understand? And poverty na kutosoma ni one and the same thing, right? So, but now, in this case, these guys have gone to school, but now they have married wives who have introduced them to certain churches and certain, cults and occults and stuff. You understand? So, like, you're in too deep, you don't even get to think for yourself. So, let me give you an example with some guy who was there. He was saying that he got a degree and then he wanted to further his education. So, and by that time, he had already gotten, this leadership thing in church and whatever. So when he wanted to quit or resign from this job, because now where he was going to go and get further studies is not in a, the same place where the church is located. So when he went back to the office to tell them that he has gotten, he wants to go back to school, they denied him the chance to go back to school.
The church?
Yes.
Why?
So, he's a leader and...
So?
We need him here in church, so why would we let you?
Is the church paying him?
No. Listen, that I'm not the church here, am I?
I don't know.
No, I am not the church.
Okay.
I'm just trying to give you a story what happened. So, like, the whole story went on. This guy is, he's fighting with the church and joining Nini. So at some point, he quit.
The church?
Yeah, he quit. And he quit the leadership. But now the church was even, at some point, I don't know if do you go to church? I don't think so. It's not even relevant.
Because my mom might be watching this. Yes, I do go to church.
No, it is not relevant if you go to church or not.
Yes, I do.
It's not
Mom, I go to church.
No, he does not.
Where?
For leaders in church, depending on the church that you go to, there are certain leaders who have to, give authorization for some things to happen. Like now, let's say if I'm a chairperson of my church, at some point they need my signature for some things to, run. So since he was a leader in his church, they used to fake his signature after he has resigned, so that people, the congregants of that church, think he's still in the office. So he went out publicly.
That is still the church doing all that stuff?
Yes. So he went out publicly and told everyone that, I quit this church, but these guys are still doing this and this and this. And then the church leaders now went out to people and told them how this guy has become,
Anyway, I get what you're saying, though. And for the longest time, as I can remember, the church has been out here for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Kuanzia Kanyare. Kuanzia pasta wanaambia wasichana watu watoe masuruari kanisani. Kuanzia
that is the dumbest thing I've ever had.
Kuanzia makasisi wanao daradara mabibi za watu wakisema wanawabariki.
Kula kondoo.
Wanakula kondoo. For the longest time, which is the church has been out here in a bad light.
Yes.
And we're having this conversation, we're saying, look, personally I think the church needs a rebrand. Somebody needs to rebrand the church all over again. We need to rebrand the church. And the reason we have so many messed up things happening in the world is because the church is failing. Truth be told.
Right.
Kasisi pastor kama unaona anajua mtajitetea. But the truth be told, the church is failing big time. That's why I feel we need a rebrand. Out of 10 people, young people, youth, hypothetically speaking, 6 out of 10 don't go to church.
Right.
Why?
Because the church has been branded judgmental and stuff.
Exactly. Nikienda church niko na dreadi,
Nikienda
sichanangi nywele, niko na tattoo, watasema mimi ni wa mashetani, mimi ni wa mashetani. You have to dress in a certain way. I'm like, what happened to the church? Like, personally, the church needs to do a whole lot of rebranding. Unakumbuka that time they refused for kids to be given condom. Look, mkikata kupewa watoto condom, they will stop having sex. These kids are eating each other out here like nonsense. Like nonsense.
Wanapiganisha hizi vitu.
They are doing it like we've never done it before. They have
they have even come up with new styles.
Excuse me, Kungori. I don't know about you. Mom is watching it afadhali. I will make sure my mom doesn't watch this.
Me too.
But when did you start watching porn and how? What was the anyway, you might be too young.
No.
Let me tell you.
Thank you.
Porn was a struggle to get porn. Unakumbuka Warp Trick? Oh, whoa. That thing before you load, warptrick.com. These days, there are a variety of websites. Pornhub, Xvideos.
Can you please stop giving people options?
You can
stop.
Tell me other websites.
On the comments.
Nimekuwa monotonous na hizo vitu. I need to update.
And your preferences.
I need to update my playlist.
What is your type?
We're not going to talk about that. Yeah. I know we're supposed to be truthful and stuff, but that's too personal. but lost battle for the church. They should have embraced that conversation instead of shunning it away. Talk to these kids. Let me tell you, even Kenya itself, Kenya is a Christian nation.
Yes.
So I feel like 80% of the battles you're fighting, morality, sodomy, whatnot, these are battles that can be won in the church, but the church is embarrassed, is afraid, it doesn't know how to impress people, it doesn't talk to people. So personally, we need a rebrand of the church.
Look.
The church needs to be rebranded. Yesu alikufa kwa sababu ya nani?
Sawa.
Sema, nataka say it to the chest. Yesu alikufa kwa sababu ya nani?
Wow. Say it with my.
Yesu alikufa kwa sababu ya nani?
You sinners.
Yes. Na mbona kanisa inatukata?
Sawa.
Na sisemi hii ni mwenye dhambi.
Nakwambia uko na uchungu, man. Are you talking out of experience?
Yeah, no, but the church is too judgmental for
Now,
life.
this is the thing, yeah? I think at some point we throw stones at the church so much that, you know, it is unnecessary. This is what I mean. Karis, if I come, as I have said earlier, I am a church leader, right? And then I am a youth leader.
For the record, when you hear church leader, asijipee cheo sana, any mwalimu wa Sunday school.
No, I am a youth chairperson in
Don't
my
say
church.
church leader, not the one you deacon or something, mama wa kanisa.
Oh.
Wewe ni mwalimu wa Sunday school.
Sawa.
For the record.
Mimi ni mwalimu wa Sunday school.
Yes, thank you. Yes,
Now.
leader, wewe ni servant.
And a chairperson of the youth. Now, in the youth office, this is, I'm telling you this out of experience. Sikia buda.
Ulikuwa unangoja opportunity ngangare naye. Unataka kukula
Goja, no,
watu wote wa kanisa.
No, listen.
Church husbands.
Keep quiet.
Anyway. Lego.
I'm talking out of experience. You hear?
Sex
You
experience
see-
and church experience.
Come on. The youth will never be, the number will never be standard. One time, the youth will be 60. The next time, the youth will be 30.
Why?
Keep quiet. I'll drive there. I'm coming there. The next time, there will be 10 and 5 and whatever. And then one time, watakuja 100. You get? As in, it's not something that the church can control. And now, no, it's not something you can control.
Put your point
These guys have gone to university, they've met people, they've done stuff. When they come back to church, it's not the same again. You understand? Like wako tu hapo, but the church cannot tell them anything. You get? As in, you throw stones at the church so much, but it should begin from you youths as well. You youths go to church, talk to your fellow youths so that you can bring them back to church. Stop telling the church to come and fish these youths from the school.
Acha nikwambie. Umemaliza?
Sijamaliza
Are you
lakini
done?
sawa. No, I'm not done. I'm on boy, but fine.
That's the oldest joke, like, vumbi.
Uongo.
Kai. You are creative nani. Wanasemanga akili ni nywele, like, sijui kama rasta zinakusaidia.
Sawa.
Anyway, my point being, you said an important point. Wanakuja 100, wanapotea. Wakikuja hao 100, captivate them. Hold on to them.
Try.
The church,
We try.
You don't need to try, just do it. Stop
Remember,
trying. Watu wa kanisa,
we
stop
come
trying.
from an African background.
So
some things, when you want to incorporate them from like the westernized nations, it's really not something that can be embraced.
Anyway.
Juicy, I was saying on social media that cremation is not something that should be embraced in Africa because it's not one of the African whatever's cultures and stuff. You understand? So some of these things that you want to be brought in church, some of these things that you want the church to accommodate, it's not in our African setting to do that.
I'm not telling the church to accommodate because I personally think the other problem the church has done, or the mistake they've done, the church, not all of them, majority of the church are conforming to the world so much. Like hata kuna tofauti ya kanisa na ulimwengu. Even the Bible says so.
Preach.
Even the Bible says so. Like, I don't know which book, you know? I don't know which book.
I know why.
But there's a bit in the Bible where it says, the church should not conform to the world, but the world should conform to the church.
Right.
So, like, I get where you're saying and where you're coming from, but there needs to be a distinction. Like, in a sense, like, I don't know about you, but I remember there were times, even when going to church, there was some respect you accorded the church.
Yes.
But there are churches which have lost that already. They don't have that respect. And by respect meaning, one, probably they don't listen, or they're trying to be too cool for this world. You're trying to be .com, you want to capture everybody. You cannot capture everyone. I agree with you on that. But the church needs to remain authentic. And by authentic, I mean the basis of Christianity. Jesus died for sinners. That's the bottom line.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Mtu amekuja na rasta. You see, what I hate about the church is, what I hate about the churches and most churches, mtu amekuja na rasta, nobody talks to the rasta person.
Shaenda.
Leave it hata kwenda. The side eyes, the mamas, like, you're not saying anything. That is already condemning someone. Like, I'd prefer, I'm not, you see, like, confirm me. You are a leader. Leader approach and be, hey, sasa, is it the first time here? Karibu sana. Like, come back again. So the next time he comes, tell him, look, okay, this is how we do things here. And people need to be nice towards these people. Ni kama umejikunia uko na mafi, so kila mtu anataka kuongelesha. So that's what many people feel in the church. Even for ladies, like, because you know, you have features that God gave you to be seen. But this mama wa kanisa,
you're out here stealing our husbands and stuff.
Mama wa kanisa are so bitter with you because features out
Umejibeba.
Yes. Instead of embracing you. Okay, maybe you might be doing it the wrong way. You see, the thing I hate about the church is when you go there as an outsider, it's easy for you to stand out because they brand you as an outcast. It's very easy. So that's what I don't like about the church. But anyway, bottom line is we need a rebrand for the church. If you even continue, look, if you're watching, you're listening, just leave a comment. Your experience with the church. What do you make of the church?
Yeah.
Do we need a rebrand? Is it just fine? Or you don't just care, man. You go through at a time. You can kuna mbinguni na hell. You don't know. Wherever ukimaliza ukifa uchomwe. You don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Just leave a comment below.
Now, Karis. I agree that the church needs a rebranding. I agree. Basing your points on whatever you've said. You understand? Like, I really get what you're trying to say. But let me just say this. Churches are different. And the motives are different as well. You get? There are churches that are authentic and there are churches for mbegu ya 310 and doing any. People just do things because of the sake of doing it. The motive behind it is exactly what, you know, makes every difference.
Okay.
Now, if you use mbegu za 310, it is because, you know, motive yao ni pesa and whatever. Or whatever.
That's why I think we need to have a rebrand so that the church needs to be seen in a particular light. That's what rebranding is. As in, what was confused.
Okay, it cannot happen at this point.
Okay,
this is the reason. Hatuja give up nayo. We're just trying to say that until the motive is the same.
Because I get you. While we end up this conversation, by the way, because I think the other thing, you all think everything is spiritual.
Come on.
There are battles to be won through prayers, and there are battles to be won through intellect. What is that?
Fights.
What fights?
Physical fight.
Why? Who are you fighting? No, anyway, moving on. By the way, just feel free to leave a comment down below. Tell us how you make of the conversation about rebranding of the church, man.
Yeah, man.
So many of us don't go to church because of that particular reason. But one would argue, you know, at the end of the day, anyone can make an excuse to not do a particular thing.
Yes.
But leave alone the excuse out of it. We might have a valid point. Don't condemn us. Leave a comment.
Just leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
We'll get back to you, Cindy.
Yeah,
we'll try.
While we wind up this conversation, we want to keep it short and sweet for the first episode so that you guys can come back again. We are enticing you. Msiseme tunaongea sana.
Na mkuje mtuambie kama ni entitlement
or bad friendship. Okay, while we wind up, so yesterday you showed me a video of two young ladies. One of them, I'm guessing, is the man relationship because she was proposing.
I feel so attacked.
One of them was the man in the relationship. She was proposing, and this, like, from where I see to these are really young ladies.
Young ladies,
right?
Right.
It's 2019. People have, you know, tumekubali matokeo. Like, our sexual orientation is different. Anyone can be entitled to their own sexual orientation. But on that note, I want us to talk about the sense of at what age, like, do parents have a say in our sexual orientation? Like, if someone is gay, if someone is a lesbian, if someone is transgender, like, are these things nurtured?
Or nature?
Or nature, yes, in that light, in the sense that, like, do we grow up knowing you want to be gay? Ama unafika period fulani ni peer pressure.
Yeah, peer pressure inafanya unaanza.
Yes, ama unaanza kusema mena trash. unadhani hiyo chama
Kidogo.
ingine itakusaidia.
Get
They'll
out.
still cheat on you with those fingers anyway.
Come on, Jesus. How did you say such a thing? You disgust me. Anyway.
So like the point being, like, is it nature or is it nurture? Because you see, for the longest time, I think about all these LGBT community conversation. People have been talking about it the wrong way. You know, because you want to tell me during our grandparents hakukuwa na gays?
Kulikuwa?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Should
Like,
bring one old person here to tell
probably
us.
they're all dead. They can't talk. Mawana meno. Like,
Ama wajui Kiswahili.
whatever, man. But you get my point. Like, because people are treating it like a new phenomenon. Like it's a new thing. Like, you want to tell me it wasn't there, or it's just that it didn't have so much light?
One, I think everybody is being born in a family and you're seeing a father figure in there and a mother figure in there. If you know, unfortunately you don't have a mom or a dad, you know that at some point they must have met to, you know, give birth to you, right? Hakuna pali ulizaliwa ukaona a lady and a lady being together to produce children. So this is just something that people just pick up on the way as they grew up. You get? So you can't call it nurture. Yeah, you can't call it nurture because you were not nurtured like
In
that.
that particular way.
Yes, you were not. Unless you come from a family where, let's say you were a guy and your mom wanted a lady, and then now she gave birth to a man, and then she started dressing you as a
like
lady.
a lady.
Yeah,
Anapiga ma makeup nini,
anakuvalisha
ma
madress,
heels.
sijui ma pink nini. You see all these bright colors that are associated with being
women.
feminist. Yeah, that should be one of the reasons. So that is one, and it's really not in a high percentage. That doesn't happen as much
Rarely,
in, you know, in Africa as such. But the rest of us, we're just out here picking these things from the road.
So what do we do though? What do we do? Like, you know, I'm asking you that because look, I was looking at these young ladies proposing to each other, and our wasichana wengine na wanaume walikuwa hapo. They were cheering on, but in my mind I'm like, okay, fine, you're proposing to each other, but where will this go? Like,
how far can
your
it
parents know?
Yeah.
Like, kuniambia urudisha go.
Uende uambie shosho yako.
Shosho yako niko na bwana. Ama naolewa.
Na nani? No.
Sasa, you get what I mean? Like,
Yeah, right.
Like, what next? Because I feel like the next generation is a new ball game, man. Like, especially us who are going to become parents, we are yet to be shocked. We think we've seen it.
You've
I'm
not
telling
seen
you, our
nothing.
kids are gonna be doing stuff. You're like, guy, Mungu Baba.
Uni wangu.
Usitumani. Just come by yourself.
Jesus.
But anyway, talk to us. Let us know what you make of. Is it nature or nurture
nurture?
about the sexual orientation?
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess we're gonna leave it at that point today. Anyway, people, it has been the Truth Cafe podcast. Remember, if you're offended, you feel we're lying. Truth's a matter of perspective at the end of the day,
Yes.
and this is our truth.
Okay. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Tuma dusha go. Sindio?
I don't know, man.
We uko tu.
I mean, Nico.
Okay. Like, subscribe, and, you know, share the video. Also leave a comment down below so that, you know, we can get to hear your reactions and sample some of them in the next video. Sindio?
All right. Remember, it's gonna be a weekly podcast. Every Monday, we're gonna be dropping an episode. You can keep this conversation going at Truth Cafe Podcast, Cafe CAFEE Podcast. You can talk to me at Tito Karis 254 across all social platforms.
At Truth Cafe Podcast on Instagram, at Wambui with the double O on Instagram, and Wambui Carol on Facebook.
All right. See you
Yeah.
Twende.
Twende
All
over.
right.
Okay.
We out.
Meow.